Thanks for everyone for coming online. There's a Q&A box down below, so if you have any questions, you can ask them down in the Q&A box, and we'll do obviously a Q&A after the presentation. So let me just get this started here. Okay, so what I'm doing today, oops, I got to share my screen. Got to do that first, don't I? Sorry about that, guys. Okay. There we go. So what I'm doing today, guys, is, and I do notice that there are some clients here as well. So welcome clients. What I wanted to show people today is, and specifically real estate agents, is how do they turn their database of home buyers into real estate investors. It's something we feel, that I feel passionately about. Because I see the wealth that investing in real estate has brought to myself. And I see that a lot of real estate agents don't know how to sell investment real estate to their clients. So why, as a real estate agent, would you turn your database of home buyers into real estate investors? Well, just let's look at the practical stats. Statistics say that the Canadian homeowner will remain in their home for 7 to 10 years on average. So how do you get more transactions out of your database if they're only transacting every 7 to 10 years? Obviously, you can keep on growing your database, trying to find more home sellers and more home buyers, but there's opportunity within your current database right now. That database just has to be properly educated. And again, a lot of real estate agents don't know how to educate their databases on the value of investing in real estate. And that's what I wanted to show you how to do today. So why am I the expert in talking about this? Well, I've helped over 1,500 people from across Canada to buy investment properties. It's been the main focus of our business for over a decade now. And again, the majority of agents aren't focusing in on this, and they're leaving a lot of low-hanging fruit that can easily be converted into new business for them. And they're helping those individuals in their database get farther ahead in their own lives. So who am I? I'm Alex Wilson. I'm owner and broker record of Remax Wealth Builders Real Estate. I've been selling real estate since 2008, so 16 years now. In 2022, I was number 4 for commissions in Canada and number 11 in the world for Remax. Currently in 2024, I'm number 3 in Canada and number 10 in the world. As an individual, I've been inducted in the Remax Hall of Fame. I received the Remax Lifetime Achievement Award at 35, and I received the Remax Circle Legend Award at 40. But I've also translated that into investment success as well. So I've turned a deposit. Very first investment condo I bought was a deposit of $39,000. I've turned that into a $20 million portfolio. And just last week, I did a webinar, and it's on our YouTube channel, it's on our webpage, on how I did that, how I turned a deposit of $39,000 into a $20 million portfolio, the 4 different techniques I used over the years to grow my portfolio. And again, anyone can do it. So here's my 5-step process on how to convert your database of home buyers into a database of real estate investors. First, you have to sell them on the why. Number 2, you have to build credibility. Number 3, make the why easy and achievable. Number 4, educate using webinars. Number 5, educate more. So step 1, you have to sell them on the vision on why they actually want to do this. If they have no motivation to do this, then they're not going to become real estate investors, which is perfectly fine as well. But let's show them the value of investing in real estate. So we have to realize you're not actually selling real estate. You are selling the dream that people will build financial freedom and generational wealth by investing in real estate. You need to show them how to make money and how their life will be better off by investing in real estate. When you start showcasing these things, not just going right up to someone going, hey, buy this property, you'll make money. It's not going to work because they don't have a reason why they buy that property. You may just say, hey, buy this property, make money. you have to first sell them on the dream and the process to get to that end result. Then they will transact in the property. You're always selling that dream and how they achieve that dream. Don't go for the sale because you're not selling real estate. You're selling that journey. You're selling that dream. That's the key thing you need to do. So step 2, you need to build up your credibility. So I start every presentation with the following slide. This is my portfolio. This is my investment success. This is everything that I own. The only thing it excludes here is my office building, which would bring the current value of the portfolio to $20 million. So, but if I just look at the investment properties, and why I just focus on the investment properties here is because the story, which is the journey that you're showing people, is that when you buy real estate, you're using leverage, you're putting a mortgage on the property, and then the property is going up over time. But the great thing is that there's someone paying down that mortgage for you, and that's covering the cost of the mortgage, the property tax, and the maintenance on the property. So when I look at this portfolio right here, my portfolio, it's worth over $17 million today. All those properties have mortgages on them. So if I sold all those properties, it would definitely not end up with $17 million. It would be a fraction of that. But if I hold all these properties for 30 years, just keeping it simple, 30 years, all these properties will be paid off because they all have 30-year amortization mortgages on those. And the portfolio, because it's been going up in value over time at a 3% compound annual growth rate, will be worth over $42 million. And at that time, there's no mortgages. So if I sold all those properties, I would have $42 million. So when you look at the picture, the value of investing in real estate and holding it over time, you can build significant wealth. You can build financial freedom, and you can build that generational wealth aspect. So you want to build credibility and you want to show them the journey. Early on, when I was telling people, hey, you should invest in real estate, they're like, well, what if real estate goes down? And that's actually when I came up with this slide. I'm like, you can't look at the now in regards to, hey, oh no, real estate went down. You got to look at the long game, because the long game is when you build out wealth in real estate. And that smooths out all those ups and downs in real estate. And that's where we just use the 3% compound annual growth rate. I'm not using 10% per year on this. Everything's smooth at 3%. And the upsized returns is that you only have 20% down in on these properties. And that leverage return is what's building up your wealth on the property. And the whole thing is that with that leverage, you can assign a revenue stream with it. That's that rental income that's coming in. So you show them what is possible. So again, if we look back right here, I show everyone, look, this is my portfolio and this is what I can achieve by holding all this real estate for 30 years. It's easy, it's visual, people can see the value in doing that. Walk the talk, people will follow money. I show them my own personal journey. I show them my portfolio, and that's where I did the webinar last week, showing people, hey, this is what I've done over the last 12 years. You can do it too. Here's step by step what I did. Here are the different journeys that I took. I've invested this way. And what if you don't? And if you don't have investment success, that's okay as well. You can leverage someone else's credibility. Align with someone that has real estate success and leverage their success to help you build up your real estate investment business. And I make that line in that a lot of real estate teams, you may have the team leader that has a very, very large database. And that team leader isn't going to go through these steps and do all these things. They don't have time. They've reached a level of their career that they don't need or want to do this. But there is huge value in their database that they can tap into without investing additional resources to grow their database further. They can tap into all that opportunity within their database. So they may have someone on their team do that. Now that person on their team may have not invested in real estate yet, but they can leverage the experience and the investment success of the team lead to get them going on this journey and starting to tap into the database and show the database the value of investing in real estate. So showing the agents the value of investing in real estate. So the first time I sold an investment property was in December 2012. I bought my first investment condo in December 2012. I was 5 years in the business. I was 31 years old. What did I do? I sent an email out to my database and told them I bought an investment condo and why I did. And I included my financial analysis. So what did I do there? I built credibility by showing them the property, how they can make money from the property, and I put my own money for it as well because I bought into that project. And those people followed me, resulted in 14 condo sales in the project, and that was $183,000 in commissions in 2012. I had never sold an investment condo before this. I only sold people homes. Side note, I still own that investment condo, which I bought for $262,000, and it's now worth $635,000. That's a gain of $372,000. So by sharing why I was investing in something, I then also helped another 14 people get a similar gain of $372,000 over, let's see, I invested in 2012 over a 12-year period. So I showed them why I'm investing. You guys should invest too. So I just helped 14 people make $372,000 each. And by doing all of that, personally investing, which any real estate agent on the call should be investing in real estate. You're selling real estate. You know when the good opportunities are, you should be investing in real estate. You don't have a pension plan. That is your personal financial freedom and generational wealth. So you definitely should be buying real estate 1,000%. So I gained by personally my portfolio investing in real estate. And then by sharing that story, I also made money as well. And that brought me in over $500,000 when you look at the big picture of all of that. And all of that opportunity is in your database right now. If you ask your database, hey, database, do you want to make $372,000 over the next 10 years? You will bring a significant amount of people out. Now, the key thing is how you communicate that to them. You don't want to come across as a charlatan and telling people incorrect things. You've got to do your homework and present it in the right way and look at things over the long term. But if you do those things, and you do them right, you will have tremendous success. Additional results of this. When you do this, you position yourself as the expert in the investment field. So again, sending that email out, selling 14 properties, then all of a sudden people are like, oh, well, Alex knows investment real estate. So it's going to generate more referrals for investment sales. You also develop a list of new listings in the future. Therefore, in the month of December, I secured 14 future listings. So if you think of yourself as a real estate agent and you're listing and selling properties, by selling investment properties to your clients, those clients are eventually going to exit the asset. And if you've done your proper training and maintaining a connection with those individuals and nurturing the clients and being a good real estate agent, you'll get all 14 of those listings as well. So now by sending that one email, I have sold 14 properties in 1 month, and I've secured 14 future listings in the future. It's something that is scalable. Imagine selling 14 homes for people to live in 1 month as a buyer up, and the amount of time that it would take. I've done it, and I've enjoyed going with buyers, and you develop that connection with the buyers, and it's a very personal experience. But you only have so much time in the day. There are only so many hours in a weekend for you to show people properties. There's only so much time in the evening to show people properties. And then if you have a young family and you're a real estate agent, you probably want to spend some of that time with your family too. And that will diminish your time to do those buyer up showings as well. So by getting into the investment side, you can still do both, but getting in on the investment side as well, it allows you to scale things up and work on a schedule that is more flexible than, hey, property came on the market, I need to show it right now because it could be sold tomorrow. We need to rush out there and sell it. When you're selling investment real estate, it's more to deal with numbers. So step 3, you got to make the why easy and achievable. So we're selling that dream to people. which is a dream that I believe in. You have to fundamentally believe in this yourself, that by investing in real estate, you're helping people build financial freedom and generational wealth. So you have to believe that. You have to walk the walk. But that is a huge concept for someone to grasp. It's going to be difficult for them to believe, and they're going to think it's unachievable. I buy real estate. I'm wealthy. I don't get the connection. That's difficult for me to understand. But what you have to do is sell them on the journey, which breaks down the dream into achievable steps. You are selling each small step of the journey. Each small step brings them closer to their ultimate goal of financial freedom. Each step in the journey is education to the client. Selling them on attending webinars that help educate them on how to achieve their goal of financial freedom. That's what you're doing. You're selling the education opportunity, continually selling the education opportunity. You are selling them your confidence that they can achieve their desired goal. You're not telling them to buy something. You're educating them on why they should consider this as an investment opportunity. And if you do enough education, your investor will decide if they want to invest in that opportunity. You haven't told them to invest in that opportunity. You haven't forced them to invest in the opportunity. You showed them the reasons why they should consider that an investment opportunity. And they will go out and they'll start doing their validate your research as well. That's what they're going to do. But by doing those things and continually educating, that's how you build the right type of investor that you want to work with. Because if you show the journey and you show it over the long term, you will make money in real estate. You lose money in real estate when you sell. And what I mean by that, you lose money in real estate when you're forced to sell, or you're put in a situation where you have to sell. So if you show people the value of holding your real estate over time and you position them in the right opportunities, they will get that they need to hold the real estate over time to build that financial freedom and wealth. So if we think back in my original slide, looking at all the properties I own today, but the value of those properties in 30 years, and the fact that those properties are paid off and someone else paid them off, I didn't pay them off, it was someone living in the properties, I've built that wealth. So step 4, educate using webinars. And this is something that's really came about during COVID. And I used to do seminars before, and you can still do seminars, and you can do a hybrid of a seminar and a webinar. Here's the issue with a seminar. You are running around trying to confirm people to go to a specific place at a specific time. And that may not be an efficient use of those individuals' times. It's very difficult these days to get a whole bunch of people in a room together at a set time that they can all get together. And I'll also add, I live in Toronto, so getting anywhere in under 30 minutes is absolutely impossible. And that could just be going to the corner store down the road. So it is something that's very difficult for me to get people to a specific location. That's why I feel very passionate about doing webinars, because it's an efficient use of the individual's time that's on the other end. And it's an efficient use of my time as well. And it allows me to do things, for example, at noon on a Thursday, which is convenient for the people here. They can take some time off of work. So again, I appreciate anyone that's some of my clients that have come on that may be working there and they're taking their lunch hour and watching this. It's just convenient for them, and it's convenient for you as well. And you're going to get much stronger results. It doesn't take the fact of looking someone in the eye, shaking their hand. You may still want to do events like that as well. But you don't have to do them as frequently. And when you do those in-person things, you're really focusing on making those individual connections. When you use webinars, you can focus on doing a lot of the educating. So educate using webinars. It positions you as the expert in the field. Therefore, people will seek confidence from you to complete the transaction. So by doing a webinar on a specific investment topic, you have showcased to the world that I know about this stuff. And when you speak with confidence, people are going to believe, hey, I need to reach out to, and I know my friend Jerry's on here, I need to reach out to Jerry Hendricks in Niagara, because Jerry said, things are going great in Niagara and St. Catharines, and this is a great investment opportunity here. He showcased the numbers, and Jerry's a great fact finder as well. So I know Jerry will go through the numbers. Jerry's gone through all the numbers. He showed me why I should consider this as a good investment. And I know owning the real estate over long term is a good thing. I look at the population growth of Southern Ontario. I look at the value of people that are downsizing and they may want to move out to the St. Catharines, Niagara area because of the wine and the lifestyle and all it has to offer. Okay, I'm good with Jerry. And I'm good with that investment opportunity. And why are people coming to him? Because he positioned himself as the expert by doing the webinar. And then people put up their hands by attending the webinar going, hey, I have some general interests. Jerry, give me more information. Educate me more on why I should consider this. Educate people on a specific transaction, help them on the journey to achieve that financial freedom. So you're just continuing educating. And then when people feel that they've got enough education, they'll get off on the offer app and they'll tell you, I want to make the transaction now. So here's the key ingredients for a successful webinar. First of all, you want to educate them on how to make money and how you will make their life better off. So that is the key aspect that you're selling. That's the dream, the idea of that financial freedom. So that's going to pique people's interest. If you can tell people how they can have a better life and how they can make money, that will pique their interest. And then you want to show them step by step the journey, how they will be better off today, tomorrow, and in the bigger future. So again, we're not trying to sell people on you're going to make $100,000 tomorrow. And by the way, I do have webinars that have that, but I have a significant backing on why I see opportunity. So I do see great opportunity in the next 18 months if people to buy into the Toronto condo market. And I showcase, here's the specific reasons why I think you'll make 100K in 18 months. But I'm not doing that to say, hey, you make 100K and then you exit the transaction. I want everyone to hold because the value of holding the real estate 5, 10, 30 years, that's the power of leverage and compounding. And that is going to actually build the wealth, not just continually transact, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. The government's going to take money. Real estate agents are going to take money. As the government's on the taxes, all that starts eating away at the profit that's built up, and then you're just left with a small piece at the end of the day. I'm better off holding it over a very, very long term, and then I get a bigger piece of the pie. You want to show them your experience, or again, as I said, or leverage someone else's experience. You can do that, and that once you start leveraging someone else's experience and you've done enough, then you'll be able to start doing these things on your own. But leverage someone else's experience if you don't have that credibility built up right away, right off the bat. Show them how they can achieve their goal. An easy tool you can share with them. So you want to have tools you can share with them so they can understand how simple it is to achieve their goal. Use practical market examples. Use that tool to show them how to find those opportunities. Not complex tools. If the tools are too complex, they will not use them. And then there's no benefit to the client because they got lost in the complex tool and they're not going to transact in the property and they're not going to get that financial freedom. So you want it's a very, very simple tool for them to use. You show them an opportunity in that presentation, and then you give them a call to action and the next step on their journey, or maybe the next webinar. So these are the key ingredients to running a successful webinar. And you pick relatable webinar topics. So examples of topics that I do: stop renting. Your first property is your first step to financial freedom. If you keep on renting, and I got a whole presentation on why you shouldn't be renting and you should be buying, and I show people step by step why they are financially better by owning than renting. Buy your kids a condo. So there are a number of people in your database, again, in your real estate database, where they may think, hey, maybe I should be, maybe I shouldn't buy my kid a condo. I have a whole presentation on, hey, here's a business case and why it makes financial sense for the parent and the child to work together to buy a property together. It gets them just ahead sooner. How to get multiple mortgages to build your financial freedom. So a big objection point to people is like, I'd love to invest in real estate, but I can't get a mortgage, Alex. Yes, they can. They can get a mortgage. They just need to understand how to get multiple mortgages and understand the different ways to get mortgages. All absolutely legitimate. If you see all those properties right there, I just signed my 15th mortgage think it's my 14th or 15th mortgage last week. People are always like, Alex, how do you do this? How do you keep on getting mortgages? It's because I know how to get mortgages and I know the right people to talk to get these mortgages. So everyone can get a mortgage. You just have to do it the right way. And then how to buy your first investment property and turn it into a financial freedom and generational wealth. It all starts with one. I can show people how I bought my first investment condo, which I showed here, and how I turned that into 2 more investment condos, and then subsequently grew that into a $20 million real estate portfolio. So if you show these people the easy steps, if you show your database these easy steps to building financial freedom by owning real estate through these relatable webinar topics, you're just taking them on the journey, educate, educate, educate. And that's step 5, educate more. Educate, educate, educate. Never sell, always educate. You're always just educating. By continuing education, the client will make a decision on their own and accept the risk. So again, if you're pushing, and the investment doesn't go the way they think it will go in the short term, then they're going to blame you. But if you educate, then they accept the risk and they know that real estate over the long term goes up in value. I cannot predict the future. I can say certain things with certainty, or a level of certainty, but I can't predict the future. No one knew COVID was happening. We had, even what we're looking at right now, we right now where we are, and this is where I'll say something with certainty. Right now, we obviously have high interest rates. This is a short-term problem. And we already have the light at the end of the tunnel. Things were much darker 6 months ago, 8 months ago. They're not dark anymore. So what I can say with certainty is, yes, if you look at the condo market in Toronto, it's not good right now. There are a number of listings on, but I know why there's a lot of listings on the market right now. Interest rates are high. Landlords are looking to sell their properties because they're cash flow negative, but that's because they're dealing with interest rates in the 6% range. What I can say with certainty is that I know that interest rates I'll be able to get mortgages in the 3.25 to 3.5 range by the end of by fall. It could be summer, could be fall, but by the end of 2025, I'll be able to get 3.25 to 3.5%. And what does that do? Well, that now makes a lot of the properties that are cash flow negative by hundreds and hundreds of dollars to positive cash flow. That's going to happen. I can say that with certainty. That is going to happen, probably again in the next 12 to 18 months. So when we look at things like this, we can see positive things down the road. So we know that, hey, right now, I couldn't predict that interest rates would be at this rate at this time, but I can say now that we're now on the downward cycle of our investment, of where interest rates are, and that's where the opportunity is on the future. By looking at the longer term, yeah, it was not great for, let's say, the last 18 months, but if I look at the next 18 months, things look a lot better. So when you smooth things out over the long run, that's the key thing. That's where you build wealth over real estate, because there's going to be bumps along the road. That's interesting. Sorry, my computer said recording in progress. Should have said that sooner. So I hope it recorded. At least we got that one. Yeah, we figured that out. So anyways, I wanted to give everyone this webinar and just, kind of behind the curtains, what we do behind the curtains. If you just take this webinar and you go and you start implementing some of these into your processes, you will find success by doing these items in your day-to-day business as a real estate agent. And you are helping people build financial freedom and generational wealth by showing them how to invest in real estate. They're waiting to learn how. They don't want to be pushed, though. Don't push them. Educate, 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 and give them good education, because if you do that, they will invest with you and they will continue investing with you into the future. So I'll just check to see if there's any questions in the Q&A box down below. Otherwise, hopefully this recorded, and we'll share this recording later with everyone that attended. And if you have any questions, you'll be able to book a call, reach out to me, and happy to answer those. Thanks everyone for attending and hope to talk to you soon. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.